Ah, okay. I see. Oh yeah, Ascapelios. Oh, that's in Sparta. Sol, Juno, Fortuna, Minerva. Ascapelios. Where's Diana? Deify ruler. Must belong to a family with at least 800 prestige. So Minerva is morale of armies. Because yeah, Jupiter. Don't replace Jupiter. That's true. Jupiter does have the bloody temple. It's just too bad that his abilities are the weakest. Mercury we can't switch out because he's in power at the moment. Mars, we really like Mars. Okay, so every slot has different people that you can replace them with. There's Diana. So that's switching out our plus 10% population capacity for food and integrated culture happiness. But you have a temple. So this will cost 15 stability. And now we can bring in some relics. Here we go. Warrior freeze for the local manpower? Absolutely. Cohort starting experience? I would have thought something like assimilation speed, because Capua is still assimilating. Yeah, it's 50% Sibelian still. We can always switch it out later for 1 AE. And if we have Jupiter, we can pay off AE super quickly. Okay, this is an entire feature set. Wasn't expecting, and it's very cool. So I think we're going to go with the assimilation speed. Apulu. So what do you have? You've got population capacity and assimilation speed in here? You're 91% Roman. You don't need that. You could go noble happiness. You could also go fort defense. It's the capital. If you have enough of culture and religion, you gain access to more gods and goddesses. So weird you can't deposit stuff in the temple without switching out the deities. Yeah, that is a little strange. I think that's just broken. I don't think that's working as intended. It makes way more sense that these are the ones that you can like have the passive modifiers and then the active modifiers if you want the omen. I think I'm going to turn this into the Trajan Palladium. Trojan Palladium, even. The ancient wooden Zoan of Troy in the image of Pallas was looted by Diomedes and Odysseus in the siege. It is rumoured to have eventually found its way to Rome in the hands of Aeneas, where it is kept in the Temple of Vesta. The two sacred Monalis stones differ in their purpose, but share a name. One of the stones is used to block the entrance to the underworld, the Mundus Cereris, while the other is associated with the coming of rain. A beautiful frieze depicting victorious Samnite warriors returning home from war. This statue is a figure honouring Apulu, the Etruscan version of the more well-known Greek Apollo, originally situated in Veii. Okay, so this religion thing is kind of cool. And I knew nothing about it. Awesome. Okay. Okay, okay. I can get behind this. And then Capua pretty much has to get some more manpower gaining structures, because this really is going to be the land of the freemen. And then the other thing that we could actually do in Capua actually is get the forum, which will increase the desired number of freemen, so we get even more manpower out of this. Actually impressed that so far it looks like Paradox actually started to turn Imperator Rome around. They've done a lot of work on it. They've done an awful lot of work on it. Like the last big update, I kind of skipped. Didn't interest me particularly. Which is weird, because that was the naval update. But the rest of the game was still kind of shoddy. I think once they've sorted out trade, this will be genuinely decent. At the moment, it's like 70%. There. Bring in trade and it will be about 90%. And then you just need the extra 10%, which would be the migratory tribes actually migrating. And then boom. When are we killing that tiny traitorous guy in the mountains? Well, the problem is it's still a feudatory of ours. So there isn't that much we can do to it. We've got to wait until they've been owned by us for 10 years. And that reset when we lost control of it. Also, I think I am going to stab some pigs. Yep, that's gone down in price again. To get our stability going up again, because it is below 50 and that's not great. Invoke Devotio. Proper ritual gain tyranny. Oh, this reduces war exhaustion. Okay. So my war exhaustion's really not very bad. Aggressive expansion's the only one that's a little bit dangerous, but it's still way below 50, so we're good. Tribes will be hard to balance given the focus of the game along with culture and balances to that. Yeah, I mean they will definitely need some kind of mechanic which is special for them. Like Gaul honestly could do with some work, so could Hispania, considering how important these two areas were to the Roman world. They need the same kind of treatment that the Diadochi got. Alright, so I think it is time for us to start kicking the living daylights out of some of the other nations. And I think I want to kind of go after some of the little guys that are just around. It's like Croton. Oh, and you're allied to all three of those. Well, that's going to make my life an awful lot easier. Alright, let's raise some troops and get back into the fight. Do I want to raise all levies? I mean, I might as well. I don't really need them all, but I'll raise them all. So send you south, send you south. And you're just mercenaries. Right, so the third levy group doesn't actually have any integrated cultures yet because it hasn't Romanized yet. But it will. Time to earn that AE. Well, while we're still going after all of the claims, there isn't that much AE to earn. Now, these places do have fortifications, so this is going to take them some time longer to actually push out and attack stuff. Wasn't Gramentum supposed to be the capital? Why is it back in Paestum? I knew this would happen! I knew it! It shifted! Because you've got the bigger population. Oh, pirates. 17 of you. 16 littles and 1 big. I've got 6 and 5. Maybe we can try that. We have a pretty good admiral. Gives us some naval combat experience. Also, they have no morale. Let's do this. Let's give it a go. Okay, you're actually sieging Gramuntum, because Gramuntum actually covers the path north, which is why I put a fort there. So it is doing exactly its job right now. Okay, battle is joined. So they do outnumber us, which means that they are getting the flanking bonuses against us. We totally forgot to change our frontal assault doctrine, but they're also doing frontal assaults. That's irrelevant. I don't like the tactic choices. I think it's pointless. It's extra difficulty for the sake of extra difficulty. And it's completely arbitrary. So we are winning this battle. Our 3 triremes are kicking ass and taking... Oh no, we're losing now. Spoke too soon. No battle overview? Huh. So I'm guessing that we took damage. Yeah, we took a ton of damage. 1 ship was almost lost. But the upside to this is we are getting experience from that battle. So, yay, swings and roundabouts. Okay, here comes the main army. And in fact, I think... once you arrive down here, we'll split you up. And we'll begin sieging things. Battle is joined. So, we are using shock. They are using skirmishing, which is a bit of a weird choice, seeing how many heavy infantry they have. They've actually got better discipline than we do. But our heavy infantry is kicking theirs, although losses are roughly equal. Victory is ours. So we did lose a fair number of heavy infantry, but that was it. So let's have big army split in half. Send half of you down there. Let's send half of you down. No, we can't. In case you may as well stay here, honestly. The Senate demands a stronger fleet. I mean, the fleet is rebuilding. We probably could and probably should build some new ships. How do we do that? Guessing that's just done through the macro builder. Yeah, we could get some bigger boats. Like I'm thinking getting some tetraires, which are good against triremes and Liburnians. Because triremes and Liburnians will be holding the middle. This is not going to be changing our naval deployment range. We'll get 4 of them. And how many triremes do we have? We have 3. I think I'm going to order up 1 more trireme as well. Just to keep the numbers straight. And Kosei, we can do that, that's fine. Ooh, hello boats. How are my repairs done? Slash, are they done? No, not even close. In fact, if you go back to Ostia, you'll repair quicker. Here in the province, you go to the fortification tab. Ah, and then this. That makes sense, seeing as there's a giant picture of a boat there. Fair enough. Liburnians are better for flanking, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Liburnians and triremes will be flanking ships. The tetraires will be ships of the line. That's how I'm planning to use them. Okay. Oh no, it's still 10% a month. But I wonder if, because this is a much higher level port, if it repairs more ships concurrently. I mean, it builds ships 75% faster. That's really fast. How does that compare? So one tetra here would take 103 days. One tetra here would take 157. Yeah, that's a big difference. Ostia is an amazing shipyard. This siege is going really poorly. Next month will be repaired, pretty much. And we got our first tetra now. Have I taken Corsica yet? A little bit. We still have... Oh, is this uncolonized? It is. Interesting. That's moving people to this territory, which is actually something we probably want to do with the valuable metals place that we have here. We probably want to move population to this location. But first, Rubra has less than 8 pops and cannot provide for any colonies. It only needs one person. That's moving people in. I don't know how you move people out. I don't even know if we can. That might be like a specialist Greek thing. Yeah, these are all on the verge of being taken. You're right, that is Rubra, yes. And they also need to be of my accepted culture, so right now they are definitely not. So we just need to continue doing the assimilation. We'll get there eventually. If someone else takes it, we'll just take it from them. Yep, I see how that works now. Okay, these sieges are starting to actually work. We're also at war with them. We're also at war with them, so why don't we send our little army... Are we not at war with them? We are at war with them. Oh, you can't move there because there's a fort here. Allies defending allies, I see how it is. 19 ships now. That hardly seems fair. That's more like it. This time we obliterated them. Lucius falls ill. He gains an infection. That's our ruler. Alright, let's go back to Ostia to repair. Disagreement on the highest level. Publius Fabius Sophus, a man of sound reputation, and Appius Claudius Cordex, a nobleman of great virtue, have recently started to spar furiously while attending the Senate. Such behaviour is unbecoming of the people of this stature, however. We have been called on to take a side in this latest conflict. So, Publius Fabius Sophus gained loyalty And Codex loses it. So Publius is way more powerful because he is the Pontifex Maximus. Or we can just tell them both to shut it. And we gain 15 popularity, which knocks that up to 100. I think I'm going to side with Publius for this one. I'm sorry, Codex. You can both take the hit. Also, Sophus is a faction leader. Codex isn't. And their loyalty is all rather high, which is good. Barbarians in Rubra. I haven't had to deal with them before. Yeah, barbarian spawns up there. Interesting. Let's rally the small army. See if our superior training and equipment can deal with them. That is going to be a long, long way, though. Liguria's been claimed. So once this war is over, we can go north and we can get Liguria, so that we can get the Temple of Mars. So out of interest, in our nation, we are 31% Roman, 24% Etruscan, 12% Sabellian, 7% Lucanian, 6% Umbrian, 4% Ligurian, and 3% Britannian. So yeah, we have a lot of assimilation to do. 95% Hellenic. With a decent mix of everything. Do have quite a few slaves. Freemen, citizens, tribesmen. Only a couple of nobles, but this actually seems like a pretty decent mix. We get a little bit of everything that way. Barbarians are pillaging. We need to defeat them. Antigonid cause waivers. Antigonos' death has combined with recent setbacks fractured the stability of the Cyclops kingdom. His heir and co-king, Alcimachos, unable to hold together the expiring loyalties of his subjects, has abandoned much of the kingdom to the claims of the other Diadochi, while he retreats back to lick his wounds among his Greek friends. So the Antigonids is breaking apart. Oh, yeah, it has. Fortune is a fickle friend. Phrygia, Pontus, and Cappadocia. I wonder if something similar is going to happen to the Seleucids. Cool. Because I do remember when we were playing as Rhodes, the big problem in Turkey is the fact that there's just this one giant state that you basically had to fight against at some point. But now it looks like that fractures. And it fractures quite a lot. Lucius Papirius Cursor has led his men to a glorious victory during the siege of Metapontion. The enemy flee in disgrace, and all that is left to decide how to treat the residents within. We'll roam freely. Oops, I need to do that, because I want to make sure that we are taking everything that we're supposed to. Let's go and do some sieging. Okay. We're getting there, slowly but surely. Whoa, that's a large fleet. But then again, we also have a large fleet, so it's fine. This is just going to be an excuse to get some good experience. And there it is. They have a lot more ships than us, but they have no morale. And we also have some bigger boats than they do. Battle of Croton is pretty decisive. Crushed it. Yellow. Maybe because we're damaged? Oh, we captured a trireme. And one of their commanders. Definitely. And we just captured even more ships. We've now got 17 in the fleet. And we just built another of the ships up there. Ah! Civic advances, level 4. Good. Publius Fabius Sophus was elected to office and will now rule our nation. Bonai is now in control, giving build cost and wage reduction. So the Bonai are now in charge, which is what we wanted. So the Popularis really don't like us very much. They do still have quite a lot of control. We want culture rights, so Lusanian becomes integrated. I don't know if I want to do that though. Granting holdings, maybe. And you want Vospius Nonius to be doing something. So Sophus is still in charge, and then we've got Caicus also coming in. Well, the fleet is on their way back up there. Oratory's gone up. We should probably take a look at the different inventions, actually. So the Litus would give us more discipline. And I am very tempted by that. Seeing as we are like so military focused, I think doing this is going to be a good idea. Originating from the Etruscans, the Litus was a long J-shaped brass trumpet commonly used to communicate war maneuvers, but also used in formal contexts such as triumphal and funeral processions. Then let's take a look at another area. So we could do professional training if we wanted to get a legion going. We could also do material science and then move towards sapping so that we can get better sieging. The Boeotian helmet is also right there. I think professional training. We are now in a position where we could afford a legion, I think. And now that we're dealing with barbarians in the far north, having a permanently stationed legion there in the north, I think would be a good idea. Maybe spend the money on buildings with the Bonaian power. Yeah, that's true. Okay, we'll go material science with the intention of going sapping. Concrete. Actually, hang on. Do we have anything else which decreases build cost?